Alright, I'm speaking about the simplest technique in self-defense. Somebody asked me a question a while back about, what do you think about complex techniques and, the pointlessness of learning it and all that stuff. Um, when it comes to unarmed combat, we know what complex techniques are, just maybe it could be like a spin kick, it could be a backside kick, it could be double kicks, it could be all sorts of, spinning back fists, all sorts of like flashy type of techniques. And a lot of times, the flashier the technique gets, the more useless it becomes. Very simple and basic is something like boxing, where it's just very basic, like jab cross. That's what works. But in modern combat, it's not even about unarmed combat at all. It's about pulling a trigger. It doesn't get more simple than that. It's just simple pulling of a trigger. It doesn't get anything more simple than that, and that's the reality of what it is. So basically when it comes to guns, it just makes everything complex that doesn't deal with guns. As far as unarmed combat is concerned, it's just something that has become very irrelevant for modern day, because people out there are having guns and they just have to point and shoot, and that's it. And these guns shoot out, these semi-automatic guns shoot out like over 15 rounds, some of these guns, in a matter of seconds, and you get somebody mad, and then all they gotta do, maybe do a drive-by and boom, pull the trigger, and then all of a sudden, your life is taken away. And that's the reality of what I see, and all types of martial arts that doesn't deal with guns is just it's just a method of attaining spiritual enlightenment, a method of gaining confidence within yourself, getting a skill set, a method of increasing your health. But it's not really practical for modern day, at least where I live. You got these other countries where they might have very strict laws on guns, and it'd be very difficult to find guns out there. And now they're attacking each other with knives. I read an article about some country where there's like an increase in knife attacks and an increase of deaths, and associated with knives. So if it's not going to be the gun, then it's going to be the knife. It's going to be whatever is most practical, in killing somebody efficiently. And like I said, the most practical is just simply pulling the trigger, and then after that, maybe just stabbing somebody and then ending their life right there. Unarmed combat techniques, it just takes too long and it's just not efficient. So this is the day the day and age that we live in, and this is the reality. And that's my viewpoint on it, is like martial arts, when it comes to unarmed combat, you just practice what you want to practice. You practice what you feel like practicing. If you want to do punches and kicks, that's great. You want to do elbows and knees, that's great. If you want to do spin kicks all day and, roundhouse kicks all day, that's fine. But it's just all for fun. It's all a way to, better yourself in body, mind, and spirit.